Hi, my name is Nick Leahy from Salt Yard, and today we're going to be making some grilled chicken livers with a very simple lemon and charred Vidalia onion oil on top. It's one of my favorite light dinners or heavy lunches for this time of year. You know, hot weather, these grilled chicken livers, very simple green salad, glass of rosé or Sauvignon Blanc or something. It's a perfect patio dining meal. If you miss anything during the recipe, just scroll to the bottom. There's a list of ingredients and the method will be there. All right, let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is get our onions nice and charred up. So we're just going to toss them in a little bit of olive oil. And then for this whole dish, you want to have a really nice hot grill. You know, with the livers, you want to keep them, get some nice char on the outside, but you want to keep them nice and pink inside so they stay nice and tender. So you want to have a nice hot grill. So we've got those started, and we'll just keep an eye on them. We want them to get like nice and black charred though, so don't worry about moving them too often. Next up is the livers. And the key to livers is you want to source good livers. Something from Springer Mountain Farms is going to not have that irony taste that's associated with some livers because it's just a very clean liver. So what we're going to do, we've taken out all the connective tissue in the bloodline, so we just have the nice clean lobes. And you're going to want to keep the larger part of the lobe for this, and maybe any of the smaller ones you can save and use for pâté or something like that. Just a little bit of olive oil. Good healthy pinch of salt, and some cracked black pepper. And then just give that a toss. And you're going to want to let these marinate for at least a half hour. It lets the flavor of the olive oil permeate into the liver. Also gives it a chance to get a nice coating on the outside so that when we put it on the grill it doesn't stick. So here are some that I did earlier. We have our nice bamboo skewers here. Soak these in water at least a half hour ahead of time, that way they won't catch fire. If you're doing it on a pan like this, it's less of a concern, but if you're on an outside grill with an open flame, it's certainly something you want to be careful with. And then you're going to want to take the livers and then just thread them through multiple times on each liver so that you have a nice connection on there. And you can bunch them a little bit on here because you do want to keep that sort of mid-rare liver in there. Now you want to shake off a little bit of the excess oil, but you don't want to get it all off there because you want it to help make the char on the outside. And the real key to this is let it sit there and get a sear. Don't try to start moving it. You should really only touch these the one time to turn them and then the one time to pull them off. Otherwise you run the risk. Livers are very delicate. Putting them on the grill like this, they could tear on you. So while our livers and our onions are grilling, we're going to go ahead and make the sauce. It's a very simple sauce. So we just got butter, lemon, and then we're going to put the onions in at the end. But the idea is it gives a nice little bit of fattiness with a bit of acid, sort of cuts through all the richness of the liver, really makes a nice harmonious end. So get your butter in there. And I just took some of the rind and did a quick little julienne on it. You could just zest it if you don't want to take the time to do the knife work. We're just going to let that melt. And do this sort of over medium heat, because what we don't want to do is actually brown the butter for this. We just want it to melt so that it forms a base to put the lemon into. Keep moving that butter around so it melts. And getting all the essential oil out of the lemon with the butter here is really going to make that lemon flavor come through in the sauce. Because the zest of the lemon or the skin of the lemon has a very different lemon flavor than the juice itself. So it's like you get multiple layers this way. And then squeeze the juice in there. And then just give this a quick swirl around. We want to reduce the lemon juice in there down by about half, but keep it going at just a medium temperature like that. And at this point, if you want to put a little bit of the marinating oil on top of your livers. All right, so you can start to see the color has started to creep up the side of the livers a little bit. That means they're starting to cook through, so it's time to turn them. So be very gentle. You can see we've got some nice char on there. And over here, I've cut off the pan. You can see we've started to get a little bit of the butter browning and caramelizing some of those little bits of lemon. That's exactly what you want. So we'll cut that off. Once the onions are done charring up, we'll give them a quick dice, throw them in there, and we'll be ready to plate up. All right, our livers are ready to pull off now. So yet again, gently, just put them right in the middle of the plate like that. Okay. Started to get some nice char on our onions, and they're starting to get translucent. That's what you want, just to get rid of sort of that raw onion texture in there. So we're almost there. What we'll go ahead and do now is just chop our parsley. Just take it, roll it up on itself, and then give it a quick rough chop through. It's a pretty rustic dish, so you can be pretty rustic with the chopping. Doesn't need to be finely done. Okay, I think most of these onions are ready. So you can see we've got a nice char mark on there that's really going to develop the sweetness of the actual Vidalia onion itself. And it gives the sauce a little bit of complexity. You want to be careful chopping these because they'll be very slippery and slidey. So make sure you don't get your fingers under there. All right, so we've got our onions chopped nice and small. Just gonna take a good couple tablespoons, pop them down in our sauce, stir through. All right, so you can see we've got our lemon juice reduced, the olive oil in there, the onion smells great. So you just wanna get a nice amount of the onion in there. Drizzle it right over top in the middle, and then get all that juice from the bottom of the pan and just drizzle it around. A little bit of parsley. And there we have it. Grilled chicken livers with a charred Vidalia onion and lemon sauce. You'll find more recipes like this at springermtn.com. Enjoy, guys. Thanks for watching.